Sarah Abaya, a choice? Yeah, any. English, NZK. 149, nyimbo za Kristo. Wenye tuko nje, tafadhali, the afternoon service is on. We've prayed. Tuna welcome for this afternoon programs.
wa majumba makuu, walipo malaika mji bila wavu, wakaapo walio na mavazi safi, limeandikwa sasa jina langu huko. Limeandikwaje jina langu huko? Kitabuni mbinguni. Limeandikwaje?
Brother Kennedy, your choice. Ojua, 80. Song number 80.
Tupe moto wa uhai uliowaka zamani, uliowaongoza juu wazee watakatifu. Wapi roho iliyokaa moyoni mwa Ibrahimu? Kadhalika ndugu Paulo aliwezeshwa na moto. Neema yako haina nguvu siku hizi sawa, kama wakati wa Musa, Ayubu na wa Eliya. Zamani za kale Bwana, kumbuka na kwa rehema, ziuishe roho zetu kwa Roho Mtakatifu, kwa Roho Mtakatifu.
A choice. Evelyn. 175. Eva. 175, and then we sing 31.
Taonana na Yesu uso kwa uso kweli, siku ile shangwe tele, nikimwona Mwokozi. Tutaonana kwa macho huko kwetu mbinguni, na kwa utukufu wake nitamwona milele. Sasa siwezi kujua jinsi alivyo hasa, bali atakapokuja nitamwona halisi. Tutaonana kwa macho wake nitamwona milele. Uso kwa uso hakika, pale pale furaha. Nitafurahi kabisa nikimwona Mwokozi. Tutaonana kwa macho huko kwetu mbinguni, na kwa utukufu wake nitamwona milele.
31.
Niimbe pendo lake, pendo la Yesu Bwana, sababu alitoka kwa Baba akafa. Niimbe pendo lake, sifa litatoa akafa. Niwe hai, niimbe pendo lake. Machozi alitoa, ijapo sijalia. Maombi yangu bado aniombe hapo. Niimbe pendo lake, sifa litatoa akafa. Niwe hai, niimbe pendo lake. Upendo kubwa huo dunia haijui. Samaha kwa makosa kubwa kama yangu. Niimbe pendo lake, sifa litatoa akafa. Niwe hai, niimbe pendo lake. Hapana tendo jema ambalo nilitenda. Nataka toka leo nimwonyeshe pendo. Niimbe pendo lake, sifa litatoa akafa. Niwe hai, niimbe pendo lake.
172. Those who are outside, wenye tuko nje ama wenye wako nje. Wenye wako nje tunawasihi muingie ndani. We are humbly requesting that you get inside. We start our afternoon programs. Actually, we continue, not even start, we continue the programs. Choice number 9.
Mbaji mfalme, vitu vyote vyako ni kwa ukarimu wako nina
let us redo the last stanza. Nipewe neema.
Nipewe neema, niwe na uwezo wa kuishi kwako Bwana siku zangu zako, wa kuishi kwako Bwana siku zangu zako.
Mrs. Ayub, a choice? $94.
Popote mashamba yajatele nafaka pevu, popote yang'aa upepo neno la nyandani, mwenye mavuno twasihi upeleke wavuni, wayakusanye mazao hata kazi yaishe, wapeleke uchaoni waende na jotoni, hata jua lishukapo wakusanye kokote, wenye mavuno twasihi upeleke wavuni, wayakusanye mazao hata kazi yaishe. Enyi wakazi wa Bwana, yaleteni mazao, na jioni ingieni kwake na furaha kuu. Mwenye mavuno twasihi upeleke wavuni, wayakusanye mazao hata kazi yaishe.
A choice? Anna? 161.
Igapandana ya makelele, Yesu yuaja tena.
Nancy Kamau, a choice. Wakamau, a choice. 174.
Sijui atakapokuja mchana au usiku, labda saa ya alasiri, pengine ni alfajiri. Utwambia tuwe tayari, taa zetu tusizime, ili ajapo atukute tuwe tukimgoja yeye. Twakesha twamgoja yeye. Nakumbuka huruma zake, bei ya wokovu wetu. Aliacha nyumba tukufu, awafilie wabaya. Ninadhani itampendeza kama sisi watu wake, tukionyesha pendo letu, tuwe tukimgoja yeye. Tukesha tunagoja yeye, tukesha tunagoja yeye, tukesha tunagoja yeye, twakesha twamgoja yeye. Yesu Mwokozi mpendwa, wajua nalihifadhi tumaini la kukuona, la kukaribishwa nawe. Ukija kwa watu wengine kama mhukumu wao, kwangu utakuwa rafiki, na kesha na kungojea. Tukesha tunagoja wewe, tukesha tunagoja wewe, tukesha tunagoja wewe, twakesha twamgoja yeye. Tukesha tunagoja wewe, tukesha tunagoja wewe, tukesha tunagoja wewe, twakesha twamgoja yeye.
Lillian, a choice. Caro, sorry. Caro, a choice. 493 SDA hymnals, church hymnals, 493.
For
choice. 523. 523. My faith has found a resting place. My faith. My faith has found a resting place, not in a man-made creed. I trust the ever-living one, that He for me will plead. I need no other evidence, I need no other plea. It is enough that Jesus died and rose again for me. Enough for me that Jesus saves. This ends my fear and doubt. A sinful soul, I come to Him. He will not cast me out. I need no other evidence, I need no other plea. It is enough that Jesus died and rose again for me. My soul is resting on the word, the living word of God. Salvation in my Savior's name, salvation through His blood. I need no other evidence, I need no other plea. It is enough that Jesus died and rose again for me. The great physician heals the sick, the lost He came to save. For me His precious blood He shed, for me His life He gave. I need no other evidence, I need no other plea. It is enough that Jesus died and rose again for me. Elder Nyantika, a choice. (117) Nyimbo za Kristo 117. Wamwendea Yesu kwa kusafiri, wamwendea Yesu kwa kusafiwa, kuoshwa kwa damu ya kondoo. Je, neema yake yatumwagiwa, waoshwa kwa damu ya kondoo.
anapokuja bwana harusi, uwe safi katika damu, yafae kwenda mbinguni mavazi, waoshwa kwa damu ya kondoo, kuoshwa kwa damu itutakasayo ya kondoo, ziwe safi nguo nyeupe sana, waoshwa kwa damu ya kondoo.
The Lord is good, and all the time. The Lord is good, and that is His word. Once again, in a very special way, nasema karibu sana. We want to welcome you to this afternoon program, which we are coming to you live from Kahawa Sukari, where there is plenty of sweetness and sugar and goodness. This is a place. We have been talking matters of family from the very day we started, and this whole week it has all been family, 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 family. And today, as we crown it up, we want to have different families that will come and tell us experiences. We have the singles, we have the married, those for a long time. We have those who have not been married for a long time. We have the ambassadors, we have the young, is it called young adults? Or the youth. They are all here this afternoon, and they'll be breaking it to you, trying to help you to understand, and trying to also bring you to speed that you may understand what is happening in their lives when it comes to love affairs and issues of romance. But friends, we don't want you to leave our side, because we are going to have a segment again where we are going to ask questions. There are some of us who may not want to ask questions physically, but you may want to go on our YouTube channel via social media and ask us many questions. For that, I want to, in a very special way, to introduce my co-host. She's called Mora Nyakundi. Mora, you can bring us to speed and tell us what is there on those that maybe want to reach us via different platforms.
Happy Sabbath. Happy day. Those watching from home, happy Sabbath. I hope you're all doing well. It is an amazing Sabbath. We had a good interaction in the morning with my co-host, chief host, the man with the most beautiful woman. The woman is lucky. We thank God for today. Those at home, please, first of all, if you're here, you've never subscribed to our YouTube channel, please subscribe, like, and even put a notification. Anytime we have live sessions, you'll be notified. Secondly, if you have questions, even if you're here and you don't have the courage to ask, I don't know why, but you want to ask the question, you can do it through the channel on the comment section. Feel welcome, and hope God will bless us all.
Thank you very much, Mora Nyakundi. She comes all the way. Is it Nyaribari or Kenyenye? Nyamira. Thank you very much. Good people from Nyamira. All right, friends, without much ado or wasting much time, I want to call my first panelist. Watakuja hapa, ndiye watuambie majina yao, waseme mekaa kwa ndoa for how long. Kuna wale bachelors wako hapa, spinsters wako hapa, na wale wamekuwa single wako hapa. They are all here, and they will bring us to speed. So if you have any questions, go to the YouTube channel, like, and don't forget to press that button. Boom! You are pushing the like. And also you ensure, if you have, that session is going definitely to come. So we are grateful to God, and we want to thank God. Without wasting much time, I want to invite the couple that has been in marriage for the last 7 years. You can come and take your seat. You are sitting here, 7 years in marriage. That's Mr. and Mrs. Beche, the Beches of this world. Oh my God, what a couple. You are sitting this way. Yes, sitting this way. Thank you very much. These are the Beches. But you are now you put social distance in church. At home, is it there? It's okay. Second to the Beches, I want to invite my brother and friend. He's called Brian, tall, dark, and handsome. He tells me he's looking for the most beautiful lady in this equator. God will bless him soon with one. So Brian, you can come and take thy seat. And thy seat, you are sitting here. Here, Brian. Thank you very much. Then I have got a lady. Oh my God. Beautiful lady, of course, a youth. You can come and take your seat, and you tell us your name even as you come. Sorry? Evelyn. She's known as Evelyn. Evelyn, she's coming to take a seat. Evelyn, we don't know for how long you have been a spinster or single by yourself, but you give us more answers. You can take your seat. Then last but not the least on this panel, I have a couple that have been together for the last 37 years. Where were you? What were you doing? They have been together and things are okay. Lakini nyinyi mkikaa 2 years mnaanza kukosana. Man, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to welcome them on stage, and even as they take their seats here, 37 years down the line. Please, you can come and take thy seats. Just sit. You can take the seats there. No, you sit there. They're sitting there. That seat is there. That seat is there. So this microphone for the three of you. Sanitizer. We need some sanitizer around here, so that you can help us to sanitize the microphone. Sanitizing. All right. You're sanitizing. So wherever you are, you're watching us and you're streaming live. If you have any question you want to ask, remember going to our YouTube channel there. You can put your comments. You can put your questions there and ask. You can ask the question direct to us. You can ask the question to the panelists, and we'll be able to answer you every question that you bring. We are coming into you live from Kahawa Sukari. This is a church located in Kahawa Sukari Estate, closer to Engine, along the former Engine petrol station, but now called Shell, along Thika Road. There's Quickmart. You come down, you'll find us in Kwale Avenue. You'll get us there. First things first, I want to begin with 37 years down the line. "37 years down the line." Maybe you give us first the full names, Mr. and Mrs. Yes.
Happy Sabbath. The Lord is good. And all the time, the Lord is good, and that is His nature. Wow. I thank God this afternoon. And this has taken me by surprise, but we want to thank God for the day. Amen?
Amen.
My name is Dr. Teresa Nyambegera.
Teresa
And,
Nyambegera. The powerful name.
And
Nyambegera.
I'm here with Mr. Lucas Nyambegera, who is my husband.
Okay, thank you very much.
He can say hi also.
Yeah, say hi to the
Good
to
afternoon,
the church and to the viewers.
Good afternoon, church. As you have heard, my name is Lucas Nyambegera Nyangweso.
Okay. Now, Mr. Nyambegera, 37 years down the line, how does it feel?
There has been a beautiful moment, I can say,
Uh-huh.
that we have seen the hand of God in
Amen.
our marriage.
Uh-huh.
When we got married, we were young then.
Uh-huh.
I remember my wife was in medical school.
Uh-huh.
By that time, I was working.
Okay.
When I married her,
No, just before, I don't want you to go in those details because I'm still coming to those details. So 37 years down the line, you say it has been good and you have seen the hand of the Lord. Now, let me ask you, Daktari, Mama, do you remember the first day you met this gentleman? Where was it? Do you remember precisely the first time your eyes were cast on him?
This young man,
Uh-huh.
the first time I met him, I
Uh-huh.
actually met him through a friend of mine.
Okay?
And when we were introduced to each other by this friend, I remember I looked from head to toe as I was assessing what kind of man he was.
Okay, so you from head to toe, you're trying to assess.
But one thing that I thank God about is that to me it was an answered prayer, because I was praying for a future partner, and the way I had prayed, it is actually the process in which I was introduced to him by a friend.
Maybe the question will be, did he pass the assessment test?
As I looked at him, he looked a humble man. And from my own assessment, of course, when you look at somebody's appearance, you don't judge the book by its cover. I thanked God and I prayed, God, if this is the man you've chosen for me, may your will prevail.
Amen. What do you say?
And
May my will prevail. Now, I'm still coming, Daktari, to you, but let me ask Nyambegera. Do you remember your first date when you took her out? Which place did you take her to?
I think when I saw her for the first time, I loved her. I loved her, and but one good thing they had about her character. She was staying in her brother's house, which is near my home. Even when I was in Nairobi, I used to hear that there is a girl in the village. There is a girl in the village who is hardworking, who is trustworthy. And when I went home, I just wanted to find out who is that girl. So when I met her for the first time, she was attractive, and having heard about her character, I think it was love at the first sight.
All right.
Yes.
So which place did you take her out to? Kwenda kukaa, maybe mnakunywa drink pale, mnakula sijui ni nini. Was there a place you remember vividly you went out and just talked the two of you?
You know, that time there was no place we would take ladies to go and think.
There were no places.
There was no place.
My God.
Because, you know, we never used to date and go and talk. No, I was in Nairobi, and I used to go home rarely. But
All
I don't think that this time we...
All right.
as Muzea said, those days, you know, we didn't have that you are dating a lady, you want to take her out. We could only agree to meet at some particular point, and the central point where we used to meet was Kisii Town. And
now, wait a minute. In Kisii Town, where exactly?
Kisii Town, there's a hotel.
That's a place you want to know. Which is that hotel?
I can't remember the name, but I know there's a hotel we used to meet. And we used to enjoy eating chips, you know. At that time, the chips were the chips had just come. It was the fashion at that time.
I get you. I get you.
Yes, and so we could eat our waru, and we take soda as we talk. Then after some time we'll part. But you know, those days we didn't have email. We didn't have telephones. We used to write letters, and somebody could write a letter of 3 pages. You read the letter, you reach halfway, you stop, and you want to continue the following day.
That's it.
And that is how it was.
All right. Thank you very much. Now coming to my other friends here, 7 years down the line, they've been together. We'll still come back to you 37 years down the line. We'll continue. Remember from where we ended. But coming to my friends here, 7 years down the line. Let me ask my sister there, how has it been?
It has been fine.
It has been good. Is it what you expected? Ama kuna unajua unasema natarajia hii lakini unapata hii hapana. Is it what you expected? Because I know for every lady they have a dream husband and a dream marriage.
Yes, it has been.
It has been.
Yes.
Are you just saying because it's next there?
I'm very sure what I'm saying.
You're very sure what you're saying?
Yes.
All right. Now tell me, when did you meet this man? Where did you meet him?
I used to be a youth leader in Cheko SDA Church. There in Santon, Mwiki. And then he used to have a relative who was my neighbor.
Okay.
So
he used
the
to, the relative was your neighbor?
Yes, where we were living, our family.
Okay.
Now he could come and visit the relative, and then the relative encouraged him to always attend church. So the relative could call him, and then he attends in our church.
In your church?
So he found me in my church, that is Cheko SDA, where I was a youth leader. I remember it was a Sabbath afternoon when he just greeted me, and I had no interest, in fact, because you know the qualities of a good leader is that you have to have all those characteristics a leader should be having. So the first Sabbath, he greeted me. The second Sabbath, he introduced himself. He said he's Silas Mbeche. He told me where he works. So I felt that this person wants to tell me where he works so that I can see that he's
working.
Yes.
Okay.
And then by then I was a board of management teacher. So I told him, kindly, I may want to have another job. So he told me, maybe if I may assist you, is that the next Sabbath you can give me your curriculum vitae. So that's what I did. So
wait a minute. This man wanted your curriculum vitae. In fact, he never wanted it for a job. He wanted to study exactly, look at the person. So in short, you were applying for marriage, not for a job.
So I got it and I gave it to him the next Sabbath. But in that case, I don't know where he took the CV. Okay. But
no, he's here, we're going to ask him. Silas, you got the curriculum vitae. She doesn't know where you took it. Maybe it's the best way the church can know even today. Where did you take the curriculum vitae?
Actually, she found it in the house after some time.
Oh, she found it in the house.
Yeah.
Now the question, Silas, very honestly, the question will be, when you are getting the curriculum vitae, now, you know, Peter, you Bible Peter, that one is passed. Was it sincerely for a job, or it was just a way to get there?
Actually, I wanted to get her number from the from the curriculum vitae. So I was not taking it so that I can get a job for her. Actually, I didn't want her to work where I was working. So I just wanted to get the CV so that I can be able to get her number.
What? Men are men. They'll come and not even ask for your curriculum vitae, but they know what they're doing. So tell me, after the curriculum vitae, everything, what was the next story? What was the next step now?
I think she can...
What was the next step, my sisters, from the curriculum vitae?
After that, I kept asking him whether he has dropped my CV. And I had asked him to photocopy more so that he can drop everywhere.
Yes.
So I waited for any call. I never got it. But now, sometimes girls will normally share our issues. Then one of my friends told me, no, that one has not taken that CV anywhere. You'll just come to tell me that one is targeting you. So
you were expecting a call, but you didn't know the call was coming from him?
Yes.
Just a minute there. Please, even as you're listening to us, remember you're viewing us from or streaming us from, or even right in this church, we are discussing matters of family, right? In Kahawa Sukari, Seventh-day Adventist Church. Now, Naomi Morania Kundi, is there anything on the people on the social media platform? What are they saying? Is there any question? Is there anything there? All right, even as Mora brings herself to speed with our engineers, remember you can comment, you can send your question via YouTube channel. We are talking matters of family. We have people here that have been together for the last 37 years. Our friends, 7 years, the youth are here presented, ambassadors. Even the singles are here. So we expect more questions, more comments there, even as we talk about matters of love and matters of family. Maura, anything from there?
Let me tell you, everybody's enjoying the session. People are just sending their following.
Okay, so people are following.
We are really amazed by how Silas was smooth.
All right, keep on following, keep on commenting, keep on sending your questions on that platform. Brian. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
Okay. Are you planning to marry, Brian?
Yes, I am.
You are planning. What kind of a woman do you want to marry?
Well, somebody who can speak her mind without fear. If she likes something, she'll just say it. If she doesn't, she will just say it too. And she can challenge whatever I'm thinking of doing. Because
so if you find one does not speak her mind, they don't qualify.
that's tricky.
My
Yeah.
God, that's tricky.
Yes.
All right. Now, they say being a youth sometimes is a very difficult life.
True.
Why do you think that youth sometimes will date 5 girls at the same time?
Okay, well, what I've been getting from my friends and what we've been discussing is that people are squaring out their options.
Okay.
So, they say, people have various ideologies. Some of them they get from school about testing. You need to test and see if this is good. So you need to have your options ready. So the one that will be of more value, that's the one you pick.
But the question that comes is it right to date more than 5 girls?
Well, based on a Christian foundation, it's not right.
It's not right. Because they say you cannot drink rainwater with your mouth open.
True.
You drink you put a cup and drops 1 drop at a time.
Sure.
Evelyn.
Yes.
How long have you been like this? By yourself?
A while, since I came of age.
Since you came of age?
Yes.
What type of man do you want? A tall man, short man, big, one who goes to the gym? What is it?
A kind man, respectful, God-fearing, but not big.
Not big.
Yes.
But you want somebody that is huge?
Huge? No, not huge.
You don't want huge?
No.
Okay, you don't want one who is going to carry you around?
It doesn't have to be huge to carry me around.
Okay, even small, you can still carry you around.
Yes.
All right, my God. Now, there's always a youth challenge.
Yeah.
Youths are known as slay queens.
Yes.
Whom are they slaying?
Fashion, I guess.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Some girls have been known in church of double-crossing boyfriends. Anaenda na huyu kesho ako na huyu.
I'd say they are weighing their options, though.
Or weighing options.
Yes, though it's not really.
They say you
right.
cannot put all your eggs in one basket.
Yes.
Okay. So what about if both options they know this is what is happening?
About what?
If both options they know this is what is happening, what happens to them?
That's a problem.
That's a problem. Now let me ask you no more personal questions.
Yes.
You have a boyfriend?
Yes.
Or I'll not ask where he is, but I know he must be listening and watching us somewhere.
Definitely.
Definitely.
Yeah.
How long have you been together?
3 years now.
3 years. What is your plan? What's your game plan? Are we going to do the first reading soon, or what is going to happen?
Yes, it will be soon.
You are planning? Has he been to Nyamira?
Not yet.
Not yet. But he's a serious guy.
Very, very
Serious Seventh-day Adventist?
Yes.
Kind guy?
Yes, very kind.
Is he a dream guy you have been thinking of? Oh my God.
In most aspects, yeah.
So Evelyn has jumped the gun. Where does he come from in this region of Kenya?
From Kisii.
From Kisii.
Yes.
So it's Kisii versus Kisii.
Yes.
Obutukobuya versus Obutukobuya.
Exactly.
Oh my God. All right. Keep on sending your comments. Keep on following us on this program. Now, if you are there in the congregation, you want to ask any question, we'll give you an opportunity, and my friend Mora, she'll move around with a microphone there, because you must have one. She'll move around, anyone would want to make a question or to ask anything from the panelists. Now, 37 years down the line. 37 years. Now, let me ask one question to Dr. Why do you think today many couples have failed to live even 15 years successful in marriage?
I want to believe probably they have got higher expectations that have not been met. And I'm looking at our generation as opposed to the present generation. As you said in the morning, that ladies, once they get into a relationship, they get in with their 2 feet. But I want also to look at the present time where you have people having different interests, and particularly people looking at what does that man have. And when you get into that relationship, when whatever that man has is not there, then the relationship does not continue. As opposed to the time when we lived, you looked at a man, you loved him, irrespective of whether he had a job, irrespective of whether he had money or not. But the only value you considered is, does this man know Christ?
Okay.
And I want to believe that's why most relationships are not going on.
All right.
If this man is not giving you what you are expecting, especially financial, then you want to look for another option.
All right.
Then we also have the other aspect where you are looking at, I'm working, I have to be in control of my finances. The man has no room to control me. I can do what I want with my money, which is not the case. When people get together, they plan together, they do things together, they tend to get on well. But many times you find, I have my own interests, I want to make my own investments, I want to be very secretive in terms of my income, and that is the cause of problems.
Okay, now, Elder Nyambegera, a lot of unfaithfulness, women are complaining, saying, men are unfaithful. Find a man has 2, 3 extra women out there. Why do you think our generation, the problem is of unfaithfulness in Pango Wakando?
I think it's because they may not be finding love at home. That's the most important thing. You find out that those people, those men who will be having relationship outside, there is something they are missing at home. Maybe the wife is not treating them well. Maybe the wife is harsh. Maybe there is an expectation or some love is not getting at home. That's why they may look for alternative. I think if the man could get everything they need in the house, they may not have any reason to go out for extra.
So
money.
there are things they are missing, they are going to look for somewhere.
Exactly.
So one leaves Kahawa Sukari, they go to Majengo.
They look for alternatives because there's something they are missing at home.
Right, so missing, you get there.
Maybe the wife is busy, maybe the wife is harsh, maybe the wife does not recognize him, maybe the wife does not recognize him financially.
I get you.
So many things.
I get you. Now, before I let you go, Dr. Issues of transparency have been talked about in marriages. People are not transparent. Pay slips are not shown. Wives don't even know what their husbands earn. They don't even some buy shambas. They don't show forth to their wives. Why do you think there's a lack of transparency in many marriages today?
I want to say that probably this is the work of the enemy. But again, the way one is brought up will determine on how they are going to behave when they get into marriage. I was brought up in a relationship where my mom and dad, for example, used to work together to bring us up. And my mom used to tell us of my dad used to work as a shamba boy for a white man somewhere in Fort Tunnel. And the few coins she used to send, she invested in buying goats. And at the end of the day, when my father came home, Mom was able to tell my dad, now, this belongs to us, you can sell and buy a cow. And that's how they started growing up. And so the way one is brought up really matters. I remember when I got married, my own father-in-law was telling me, don't get into putting money into a joint account. Why? Because when people put money in joint accounts, we've had people having problems. But the reason why I didn't want me to do that is that there are times I want money from you, and if money is in joint account and Lucas doesn't want to give me, then that money I will not have access. But I want to believe that despite the fact that each one of us owned an account, we were transparent on the way we were doing business. I'll take a loan and give my husband to invest, and we'll take a loan, both of us combine. If it is the issue of school fees, we clear the school fees, then the rest of money can be invested. And that has kept on keeping us going, because one thing that I personally told God is that let money be not the cause of strain in my relationship. And that way then we have worked on well, and we are still happy living together.
May God help us to be transparent. Silas, young couples have a challenge today. Yes, and the biggest challenge that young couples will tell you is sometimes the arguments. And people argue over small things. Let me ask you, if you're married, a young couple, who is supposed to spread the bed between the two of you?
I can answer that.
Yes.
I think the last person to get out of bed is the one supposed to make
So let's imagine your wife every time she's the last one. So she will do that.
Yes, of course.
So you'll be waking up early because you're running from spreading or what?
No, maybe.
Unajua, let me tell you one thing. Hata kama kuna usingizi hapa lazima niamuke tu. Kwa sababu nikibaki, if I remain, I have to spread the bed.
No, for us, we...
Or for you, it's the last person?
Yes, the last person.
All right.
Yeah, but...
so who is, let me ask, who is the last between the two? Who is always the last?
Either of us. Sometimes I'm the last, sometimes
or sometimes.
the last.
So you, in short, you have both been spreading.
Yes.
Now, my friend, this is only 7 years. Let's go the Jacob syndrome. In the next 7 years again, he did it 14 years himself. Are you going to be still the same syndrome?
Yes, because already we have the foundation.
The foundation. So it should be consistency.
Yeah.
My God. Yeah. Now, 37 years down the line, like Nyambegeras, it will be the same trend?
Yes. That's our prayer. That
I want to come to this church after 7 years, and I want to interview after 7 years.
Yes, you are welcome.
That will be celebrating your 14th anniversary.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Yes.
All right. Now, my friend, how did he propose you? Because now he has gotten the curriculum vitae. You are not receiving any cause. Your friends have told you he must be the suspect. He seems to be the CEO of getting these things. So now, how did he now break the Pandora's box to say, this is now my agenda?
Okay, every evening he could call me to find out whether I've arrived home safely. And then sometimes he could come from job next to our house to just greet me. Then he'll go back to his house where
so just greeting, you have arrived safely?
So when he wanted to propose, he took me to, there is a place in Langata when he moved to African Nazarene University. There is a place known as Rolf's. That's where we went, and he spoke his mind. He told me how much.
Now, wait a minute, just take it easy. He spoke his mind.
Yes.
Talking about the mind will be coming to you back later, even as you tell us about the mind. Now, Moranya Kundi, I don't know if there's any person with a question there or comment. What are we getting on the YouTube channel? Are they saying anything, or the people right in the audience there?
We're really glad that you're going on well. Shout out to Lina Limo, who says she's enjoying the session. There's Martina Nyakundu is following, Masige Konde. We're really glad you're with us. Those who have rechatted the messages, thank you so much. Keep watching.
All right. Now, any question from the audience here? Any question? Even to my panelists? All right, we can say keep thinking about what to ask, because we are talking about issues of love right here from Kahawa Sukari Seventh-day Adventist Church. We are live on YouTube. This is a YouTube channel of the church. You can comment there. You can ensure you like and hit that button and subscribe. Now, even as we be coming to your mind, keep that mind. Keep it, Brian. You have a girlfriend? You have a girlfriend?
No.
What happened, my friend? What is happening? Can the church look one for you? But no, let me ask you now. Do you have a girlfriend? You don't have one. What happened to the one you had?
Well, I'd say I was not of age at that time.
You are not of age at that time.
Yeah, I was pretty much an ambassador. And it was those feelings of high school, you know, just
unatoka shule pale unataka tu.
Yeah, you just want somebody muna text to you. Just
text tu, umekula, uko home, unalala ama umeamuka.
Kweli.
Okay. Now, right now you feel you have age.
Yeah, actually what happened is that it's a covenant I made with God. You know, like you make a covenant, you tell God, until when you feel I'm ready, just give me the conviction.
Okay.
So it's been a good solid 5 years.
Has the conviction come?
Well, it did last year.
It did last year?
Yes.
And I saw many single ladies today in church. Are they seeing the conviction? Maybe they're not seeing it.
I'm not sure.
Single ladies in the church, this man has a conviction here. So if you're looking for conviction, look at Brian. Look at him. He's a single man and he's here. If you want him, please, you can write your name, leave a space, then send a message to my phone number. Then we'll connect you to Brian there. All right. Now, Evelyn. Sometimes they say young girls in church are not serious. They are divas. What is the problem? Young girls seem to love the world and the church. You guys, when you come to church on the Sabbath, you show us you are the good girls. You are going to heaven. When I meet you in the road, wow, you have dressed things that we can't understand. Hipster, low-cut jean, spaghetti, pedo pusher. Your breasts are outside. You have put your eyebrows artificial. Your lips have changed the color. But you cry for marriage. What is happening? What is happening when you go there?
I'd say that we are both raised by our parents, and there's the influence of the world as well. So most times you find that we've been raised in the church, brought up in the church, gone to school maybe in a different school, not of the same faith. And we get friends and we get influence from our teachers, many other things.
So it's a monkey see, monkey do.
Yes,
Oh
most
my
of the
God.
time it is.
Okay, now there's been a lot of abortion in the church. In fact, in 2013, Kenya recorded 360,000. 2014 is 450,000 abortion. Why do you think there's a lot of abortion amongst youth?
Well, most of the times you find that sex has become something that is normal. But then the consequences are not actually addressed. So you find that someone
So only sex, the consequences are not addressed. I like that point.
they're not addressed. So you find that you are pregnant, the father doesn't want the child, you're alone, maybe you're afraid of your parents, maybe you've never actually had the conversation with your parents about sex and marriage, and you're in this situation where you are scared of both what the world will think and you want to hide. Mostly you want to hide because
You are bored.
of the shame.
Now, before I let you go, Evelyn,
Yes.
issues of sex. How do girls view sex, generally the youth? Is it talked amongst themselves? How is it? Is it something they say, hey, lazima tufanye, unajua wafika hapa, lazima ufanye. How is it viewed?
Yes, young girls do talk about sex. I'd say from a very early age.
Okay.
Because it's there. You learn it in class, but you're not actually told what it is about.
Okay.
It is best if you had someone who understands who you are, like a parent, like your mother, or basically your mother. People that can actually guide you on the principles of what sex entails and when it's the right time. But then eventually, I'd say the influence is there, where your peer groups always will influence whether you'll end up having sex early or not.
Okay. Now, Brian, do you think that parents are addressing the issues of sex? Do they talk to their children about sex to say, no, sex and sifanye, ama anasema tu, oh, don't go with boys out, boys are bad, the boys don't move in the night. How do they talk about sex?
From a general point of view, it's not talked about adequately. I mean, like for one of my friends, this is a friend of mine who told us that when they had the first time talk about sex, it was like a commandment. Do not talk to boys. That was it.
That was a commandment. The commandment, thou shalt not talk to boys.
True.
In the day you talk to them, you shall surely die.
Yes.
Let's talk about the mind, my friend. He spoke his mind. What did the mind give you?
Okay, he told me his expectations.
Now, he began with the expectations.
He told me what he wanted.
That's what I want to hear. What was it that he said he wanted?
He told me how much he has been admiring me.
That's the thing now, you're talking now. How much he has been admiring you. Even the curriculum vitae was an issue of admiration.
Sure. And
how much he likes you, the good things about you. Now, what was your response?
Okay, sometimes during that moment, I had not really expected, but because I had been praying to God,
yes,
so that
He gives you somebody,
yes, and who could really understand me and fit into my shoes, then I accepted.
So did you give him the answer there and then, let me go and think about it? What was your response like? Did you give him then, or it was a thinking about issue?
Because I viewed him as a mature man.
So the answer was there.
Yes.
And then?
Yes, because...
So this man of a curriculum vitae won his jackpot there and then.
Yes, because even he had been following me through the SMSs and all those calls and bringing some few gifts. That one showed that
now here
a new way.
I cannot reject. Now, Silas, you must be a guy who is so organized. You know how to plan things. This guy is a good planner, man. He knows how to plan. He can go through the curriculum vitae. He knows the SMS gifts and all that. But he knows what he's aiming.
Yes, I am. Actually, I had worked for like 3 years, 2.5 years. So, and I was ready to settle down.
Okay.
So I really wanted to get someone whom we can settle down, and at least a lady who goes to church, someone whom we can stay together in peace, so that at least we can have a good marriage.
What drove you to her? What attracted you? What pushed you?
Because I used to go to that church, so I used to see her. She was very active, leading the youth. During fundraisings, I used to see her putting the youths together, getting the collection, and
so were you seeing the youths, or you are looking at her?
Of course, she was the target.
She was the target.
Yes.
So the youth is just a by thing, but the target is her.
Yeah. So, but I already knew what I wanted.
You knew what you wanted.
So I didn't want to waste time. I just wanted to settle down.
So what you only wanted was a game plan, and you had it right, and you got it right, my brother. Because finally, of course, Alijipata today she's now Mrs.
Yes, and I thank God for that.
And you thank God for that.
Yes.
All right. Now, what is really your plan as a couple? What things are you planning like 7 years to come?
We have many things that when we got married, myself, I had plans, whatever I wanted to achieve. And I remember when during our meetings before she moved in, we had a meeting, we had a discussion, and I told her the plans I have for my future.
All right.
Pastor?
And then.
All right, just a break. I think Maura Nyakundi, she just wants to bring us something up to speed. Maura.
Yes, as Mbeche's tell us about the plan, there's a question from one of the viewers. He asks, what are some of the challenges young married couples face, and what can one do during the premarital days to avoid them? This question is from Mbeche's.
What are some of the challenges that what? Come again?
What are some of the challenges young married couples face, and what can one do during the premarital days to avoid them?
What are some of the challenges the young couples face, and what can you do? You know, those pre-marriage, before you marry, how do you ensure that you cement your marriage, you cement your everything, so that as you get in there, now I think that is the badges because you are the young couple. What are some of the challenges young couples face, and what do you do before the premarital aspect itself?
Maybe I can say what we need to do before we face those challenges, so that you can cement, you can have a good start in marriage. So for us, what we did before she moved in, we had a discussion. I had to put down my dreams, what I want to achieve and how we want to live, and the marriage I want to live in. Then she also gave out her expectations, what she wants to do. So based on that, actually I remember even the finances. By then I was working, and also she was, during dating, she was a BOG teacher in some school. But during that time before she moved in, I think she got a job. So then it was very easy for us to sit down and plan for our finances.
So the issue you're trying to say in nutshell is transparency is very important.
Exactly.
You become transparent, you say exactly what you want to do, and then with that, I think it's going to help you. Because many times, I think as young couples, even before we get into there, transparency is not there. So because of lack of transparency, you find that now you get in there because you have things you're hiding from your friend. You are living a secretive life. Challenges come in. But the moment you are open to your friend knows everything about you. It's easy even as you move forth. Time is much fast spent. Maura, do we have still anything there? Is it a comment? Is it a question there before I make a good conclusion with my panelists here?
No, shout out to one as one. We thank God that you're here today. Thank you.
Amen. Amen. Thank you very much. Keep bringing those questions on our YouTube channel. We are coming to you live from Kahawa Sukari, Seventh-day Adventist Church right here. And we are talking of matters of family. We have the youth here. We have got the senior, we call them the senior couple, 37 years down the line. And this is what I want to do. I'll begin with our friends, the young people here. Everyone is giving a parting shot, but in form of a question. Now, Evelyn, many young girls that have got dream husbands or dream marriages or weddings. Some they'll say, I want to come with a chariot, with a white horse, with a band coming, bom, 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 with a white horse. Some they'll say, this, I want you to be like that. You know, I want to go to honeymoon in Zanzibar. Then I want at least one day we move with a parachute with my husband. We fly and see the Indian Ocean. You know, those dreams, or we go for honeymoon in Spain. Are these dreams still, are girls still dreaming about these dreams today?
Yes, they are. They are very much.
They are very much there.
Yes.
Do the boys know that these dreams are there?
Yes, they do.
And do you think the boys can meet these dreams?
No.
They can't. So in short, realistically, the dreams are not having any realistic, they're not being realistic in their dreams.
True.
What would be your advice? What do you think now they should start dreaming?
I'd say that dreams are important. They help you understand what you want.
Yes.
And also enable you to understand what you can get and who you are. It's also important to understand what you can contribute to achieve that dream. If you cannot contribute enough to achieve it, then it is not a valid dream. You should try your best to contribute as much as you can as a person to achieve that dream.
Okay, fine. Now, what about a gentleman who wants you to have you as a husband, but he tells you, before I have you as my wife, I need to do a road test. I need to have sex with you. How do you look at such a guy?
Then what's the point of us getting married? Because God, and when he brought Adam and Eve, there was no road test.
There's no road test.
There has to be faith and trust before
the road test.
Before the road test.
So why are they demanding this road test? Is it that the car has no insurance or the tires are not good? Why are they demanding road test, the guys? And the problem is, most of the girls they give them. Why do you think they give them? Banakubali anasema sawa tu tuende, tutaenda Kwale Avenue, tuende Kericho alafu nirudishe.
Why they demand, I'd let them speak for themselves. But
let me ask you on a more personal level, because now you have found Mr. Right, and we were praying for you that very soon you tie the knots. Yeah, so we'll just come and watch, witness. I hope the wedding is going to pass in this church.
Most likely, yeah.
Most likely. So we'll come that day. The lights will still be there. The YouTube channel will still be there. Now the thing is this: have you ever had a guy who was having such a character?
Yes.
You left him.
Yeah.
Is he married now?
I don't know.
You don't know.
Yeah.
And you don't wish to know.
No.
Talking about not knowing, Brian.
Yes.
Young people, some I'm told they're led by music. Music has become the influence of their lives to see how they will behave in relationships and the movies they see. Is it so?
Yes, to some extent, yeah.
And do you think what is sung is true? Because kill me softly, somebody had kill me softly. You know, you have to be killed softly. Somebody, you know, you watch a movie, you see these guys are in love, you say, I king, nami nataka jama kama huyu, atanipenda tu. Is what is seen in movies realistic?
Apparently not, because those are imaginations, and they prey on people who have their curiosity at a high level. So they only spike your curiosity, and because of your imaginations, you tend to imagine even beyond what you've not experienced. So it becomes, you become charged to test.
What is the best music you think for young people?
For me, as a Christian, I define morality based on Christianity.
So what about if I tell you I like Beyonce, I like Rihanna, Justin Bieber, I like Nameless, Mutu Wako Tambale? What would you say?
Well, if their principles are not merged with mine, then there's nothing that should attract me to like them, because that means that I will also subscribe to any ideology that they subscribe to.
Okay, my God. We want to bring it to an end here, but I want to give an opportunity to the Nyambegeras to give their parting shot together with my friends who have been together for 7 years. So you can give your parting shot, Dr. and the elder, any advice to the couples that are coming forth, because 37 years has been a good time. So I want to begin with Dr. then Nyambegera, then we'll close it with my friend for 7 years.
If I can add one thing.
Okay, before you bring your parting shot, Nyakundi, yes.
So the 37, those who have been married in 37 years, you have a question.
Yes.
Which stage of marriage did they find most challenging? and how did you go about it?
Which
so you can do that with the parting shot.
stage of marriage? Was it the 10th year? Was it the 11th year that was challenging, and how did you handle it? And I want to give Mama to answer sincerely, because mothers don't forget.
The stage of marriage that I found challenging is the time when we were bringing up children. And at this particular time, of course, my husband was working somewhere in Garissa. And as he's working in Garissa, I'm in Kisumu, and you can imagine what many things that could be happening around where he was. Me, I was busy with the children, but him, he had all that freedom, and that was quite a challenge for me. And I remember many times he could come and tell me stories on what used to happen in that
Garissa.
kind of place. Because he used to tell me when people go there, it's like you hand over, girlfriends are handed over to the bosses that are coming to the district. So I remember I asked him, what about you? Were you handed over anyone? And I remember him telling me, I'm not the boss, so I cannot be handed over.
Okay, it's bosses who are handed over. My
yes,
God.
So, but that kept me praying a lot for him. And also, we used to keep in touch, especially we used to call very frequently. I could call him, it was a call box, but I would still call, or he will call me back. And of course, working in Garissa at that time was quite a challenge, because we had the highest level of insecurity. And there were bandits from time to time as people were coming to Nairobi, or as people were going there. And many times he could come and tell me, as we were coming, the bus ahead of us or the bus after us was ambushed, and I thanked God for that. So those were very difficult moments.
Okay.
But as we went on, of course, this is a man we've been staying far apart. And again, when we came, now he's in Narok, finally he came to Nairobi, and I realized the freedom I had moving at my own time, doing things at my own convenience. Now I had limitations because he was around, and I needed to do things according to his schedule. But I had to adjust, because in marriage you must have humility. You must recognize that he is the head of the house, and he's the one who should take charge. And I want to confess that in my marriage, I'm not being proud, but I've never even been slapped by this young man here.
What do you say? Not even 37 years down, wengine 2 years tu mmechapa sijui kisui ngapi.
And so I want to, finally I want to say that in marriage there are ups and downs.
Yes.
No one is perfect, but you must learn to tolerate one another. Of course, you rub shoulders, but does not mean that you go the whole day, come back the following day, the night, even communication, maybe you communicate in written. No, you have to learn to forgive one another.
Amen.
You have to learn to accommodate one's weaknesses. So I thank God that he understands my weakness, I understand his weaknesses, and we are able to tolerate one another and be able to live happily.
Amen.
And
What do you say?
One thing I want to advise the young people, especially the young boys and girls who are now looking for somebody to marry.
Yes.
There are books in our church, Messages to Young People. It's a book that I found to be very helpful in my life. And there was also another one called Happiness in Marriage. And those two books, if they are still in the market, I'll still advise the young people to read those books. And for the parents, the Adventist Home is a very useful book that I've found very useful to help me in terms of my upbringing of children, and even the way I should relate from time to time in my relationship with my husband, my dear husband, Lucas.
Amen.
So,
thank you very much. Thank you very much. Nyambe Gera Elder, your parting shot. What is it that you have to tell us? You advise to these people who have been married for some time, the younger couples, what are you advising? Because you have seen it all, 37 years.